Let's solve some exercises with joins. I prepared two of them, and the first one says to display the order IDs and the cities they were sent to. So as you can see, the orders have some IDs but don't have any city in their column list, so we have to search for the city in another table. In the orders table we have a client ID, and the clients from clients table have a city. So we can use the link between the clients table and the orders table from the client ID and get the order ID and the city that the order is sent to. How we're going to do that? With selecting the order ID and the city from table A orders. We'll have to give each table an alias, let's say S1 from source 1, and for the second table we will use an inner join, table A clients and source 2. The order ID is taken from the source 1 and the city is taken from A clients, which is source 2. And now we have to link these tables on the foreign key, so we will use on S1 dot client ID equals to S2 dot client ID. Run the command and see the orders and the cities they are going to. But there is another way we can do that. We can use the same select but use a left join, and if we use this left join we will have 6 orders instead of 5. In the orders table we have 5 records. We can see them here in data, 6 records, but the order ID 5006 doesn't have a client ID, which means that the inner join will not return that order ID because it doesn't have a client ID. But if we use the left join, it will return all orders by not caring if they have a client ID or not. The second exercise tells us to display the client names, the order IDs and the materials of type wood that were used for each order. This is a more complex query. We're going to use the select statement and return the name, the order ID and the materials of type wood. So I'm going to return the name of each material. We're going to select the data from A client, source 1, and take the client name, s1.name. Use the full outer join in order to take the data from both tables, table A orders, S2, and use it for the order ID. Link the tables on the client ID because it's the column that can be found in both tables. So on s1.client id equals s2.client id. And then we have to take the name of the material from the materials table. So inner join a materials s3 s3.name, and now we have to link the tables, and we need to find a column that is present in both materials table and one of the other tables, clients or orders. The primary key from the materials table is material ID, and it can't be found in either the clients table or the orders table. So we have to use a third table, which is materials use, in order to link the table orders and materials together. So we have to use an inner join on table A materials use S3 on S2.order ID equals to S3.order ID, and then join A materials S4 and take the name from S4 and join on S3.material ID equals to S4.material ID. And now we still have to filter the data and return the materials that have the type wood. So we're going to filter the data with the where clause s4.type equals to wood, semicolon, and then run the command. We will have the name of the clients, the order IDs, and the materials used for building the products for these orders. And all these products will have the type wood. Melamine, clipboard, solid wood, all have the type wood. We now finished both queries and joins exercises, and we can start the next section and learn about predefined functions.